God gave me a teaching video after 3 years, 4 years. I finally have a teaching video. What I'm about to read to you, and this might just be the government. My videos get 1 view, sometimes 20 views. I don't know who's seeing this, and I know Google is not honest with viewership. A lot of times people are more interested in the latest fashion. They'll get 10,000s of views or hundreds of thousands of views. Some people even get 1 million views. Sometimes I'm just looking for a handful. Most of the time, I'm looking for 6 views, 20 views. If I do some cooking video, I'll get thousands of views, but that's about it. Google is restricting my viewership, and I don't know who it's going to. But it's not going to the general public. Isaiah. I prayed for God to show me where this was without having to look it up on the internet, and He did. Isaiah 36. And this will probably be a long video. Certainly. Now in the 14th year of King Hezekiah, Sennacherib, king of Assyria, came up against all the fortified cities of Judah and seized them. And the king of Assyria sent Rabshakeh from Lachish to Jerusalem to King Hezekiah with a large army. If you had this army surrounding your house, you would not be probably eating dinner. Unless you were waiting for reinforcements, which they were. And the king of Assyria sent Rabshakeh from Lachish to Jerusalem to King Hezekiah with a large army, and he stood by the conduit of the upper pool on the highway of the fuller's field, or launderer's field, where they did laundry apparently. Then Eliakim, the son of Hilkiah, who was over the household, and Shebna the scribe, and Joah, the son of Asaph, the recorder, came out to him. Then Rabshakeh said to them, "Say now to Hezekiah, thus says the great king, the king of Assyria, what is this confidence that you have?" Now, I have a little mark by the word have. We have to remember the scriptures that we have are translated by sinners and people who do not love my God. Consequently, you're not going to get the straight poop on this. Bible-based churches concern me because they're not based on Jesus. I say, your counsel and strength, this is Sennacherib the king of Assyria. I say, your counsel and strength for the war are only empty words. Now on whom do you rely, that you rebelled against me? See, you rely on the staff of this crushed reed on Egypt, on which if a man leans, it will go into his hand and pierce it. so is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all who rely on him. Egypt was not something to sneeze at in the day. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all who rely on him. But if you say to me, we trust in I am praised our God. Let me see what I've got in battery power on this thing, because this will be a long video. Okay. But if you say to me, we trust in I am praised our God, is it not he? He's lying. Is it not he whose high places and whose altars Hezekiah took away and said to Judah and Jerusalem, you will worship before this altar? Now therefore, it's a lie. Now therefore, this is what the king of Assyria was saying. Now therefore, come make a bargain. It says bargain. Now therefore, come. Now therefore, please exchange pledges, it says. Now therefore, please exchange pledges with my master, the king of Assyria, and I will give you 2,000 horses, if you are able on your part to set riders on them. How can you repulse one official of the least of my master's servants and turn away the face of Egypt for chariots and for horsemen? Have I now come up without I am praised against this land? It ends up being, somebody says, well, Mark's nothing. Okay. They say Mark's God's nothing. I said, whoa, wait a minute. How can you turn, let's see, it says here, turn away the face of one official, one governor of the least of my master's slaves, or least of my master's servants, I guess in this case, and rely on, it says rely on yourself. Rely on yourself for chariots and horsemen. This says Egypt. So I was saying they lie in this stuff. The translators lie. Have I now come up without I am praised against this land to destroy it? I am praised said to me, go up against this land and destroy it. This is the king of Assyria. Quite a mouth. Then Eliakim and Shebna and Joah said to Rabshakeh, speak now to your servants in Aramaic, because we understand, and do not speak to us in Jewish, I think it was his one translation, Judean, in the hearing of the people who are on the wall. But Rabshakeh, not listening, said, was my master sent only to your master and to you to speak these words, not to the men who sit on the wall, to eat their own dung and drink their own urine with you? Further on down in Isaiah 36, it says, but they were silent and answered him not a word, because the king's commandment was, do not answer him. Then Eliakim, the son of Hilkiah, who was over the household, and Shebna, the scribe, and Joah, son of Asaph, the recorder, came to Hezekiah with their clothes torn. Now this man, this king of Assyria, had taken everything except for Jerusalem. Clothes torn, and told him the words of Rabshakeh. Next chapter, chapter 37 of Isaiah. This is the 7th of September, Saturday, 2019 September, the 7th Saturday, a little after 1930, about 1935, 735. And when King Hezekiah heard, he tore his clothes, covered himself with sackcloth, and entered the house of I am praised. Then he sent Eliakim, who was over the household. This goes on quite a ways. Then he said, okay. Then he sent Eliakim, who was over the household, with Shebna the scribe, and the elders of the priests, covered with sackcloth, to Isaiah the prophet, the son of Amoz. They said to him, "Thus says Hezekiah, this day is a day of distress, rebuke, and rejection, because the children came to birth, and there is no strength to deliver." No strength literally to give birth. "Perhaps I am praised your God, your God." Hezekiah is saying, yeah, you're a prophet, and your God might have mercy on us. "Perhaps I am praised your God will hear the words of Rabshakeh, whom his master, the king of Assyria, sent to reproach the living God, and will rebuke the words which I am praised your God, heard. Therefore offer a prayer for the remnant that is left." So the servants of King Hezekiah came to Isaiah. Isaiah said to them, Thus you will say to your master, "Thus says I am praised. Do not be afraid of the words that you heard," with which I think it's a New American Standard. Updated New American Standard. Oh, that's always nice. Sarcasm there. "Do not be afraid because of the words that you heard, which the servants of the king of Assyria blasphemed me. Do not be afraid of the words that you heard, with which the servants of the king of Assyria blasphemed me. See, I will put a spirit in him, so that he will hear a rumor and return to his own land, and I will make him fall by the sword in his own land." Then Rabshakeh returned and found the king of Assyria fighting against Libnah, because he had heard that the king, he had heard because he had heard the king, or he had left Lachish. When he heard say concerning Tirhacha, the king of Cush, or Ethiopia. When he heard say concerning the king of Cush, he came out to fight against you. And when he heard, he sent messengers to Hezekiah, saying, Thus you will say to Hezekiah, king of Judah, literally Judah, saying, do not let your God, in whom you trust, deceive you, saying, Jerusalem will not be given into the hand of the king of Assyria. See, you heard what the kings of Assyria did to all the lands, destroying them completely. So will you be delivered or saved? So will you be saved? Will you be saved? See, you heard what the kings of Assyria did to all the land. Okay. Did the gods of the nations which my fathers destroyed deliver them, Gozan and Haran and Rezeph, and the sons of Eden, who in Telasar, I don't know what these places are, who in Telasar. Where is the king of Hamath? That I know is north of Israel. The king of Arpad, the king of the city of Sepharvaim, of Hena and Ewach. Then Hezekiah took the it says letters. Then Hezekiah took the letters from the hand of the messengers and read it. And he went up to the house of I am praised, and Hezekiah spread it out before I am praised. Hezekiah prayed to I am praised, saying, Oh, I am praised of hosts, or oh, I am praised of armies. Hosts means armies. I don't know why that is translated host, because host can have more than one meaning. Oh, I am praised of armies, the God of Israel, who is enthroned above the cherubim. You are the God, you alone, of all the kingdoms of the earth. You made heaven and earth. Incline your ear, O I am praised, and hear. This is called faith. You don't have it. Incline your ear, O I am praised, and hear. Open your eyes, O I am praised, and see. And listen to all the words of Sennacherib, who sent to reproach the living God. Truly, O I am praised, the kings of Assyria devastated, not just conquered, devastated all the countries and their lands, and cast their gods into the fire, because they were not gods, but the work of men's hands, wood and stone. So they destroyed them. Now, O I am praised, our God, deliver us from his hand, that all kingdoms of the earth may know that you alone, I am praised, our God. I said this in a Sunday, or in a church class. I said this in a church class in front of, and you know who you are if you're watching this. Wouldn't surprise me. Then Isaiah the son of Amoz sent to Hezekiah, saying, Thus says I am praised, the God of Israel, because you prayed to me about Sennacherib, the king of Assyria. This is the word that I am praised spoke against him. She despised you and mocked you, the virgin daughter of Zion. She shook the head behind you, the daughter of Jerusalem, whom did you reproach and blaspheme, and against whom did you raise the voice, and haughtily lifted up your eyes against the Holy One of Israel? It goes on. Therefore their inhabitants, 37:27, therefore their inhabitants were short of strength, because God lifted up Sennacherib, just as he lifted up Pharaoh when they left Egypt. Therefore the inhabitants were short of strength, they were dismayed and put to shame. They were the vegetation of the field and the green herb, grass on the housetops. Plowed as a plowed field. I don't know exactly which part of this is mistranslated, that they have a footnote too. Scorched before it is grown up, or plowed as a plowed field, scorched before it is grown up. But I know you're sitting down, and I know you're going out, and you're coming in, and you're raging against me. Because of your raging against me, and because your arrogance came up to my ears, therefore I will put a hook in your nose and my bridle in your lips, and I will turn you back by the way which you came. And there were signs given. How far am I into this? Therefore, thus, this is further down, Isaiah 37:33. Therefore, thus says, I am praised concerning the king of Assyria. He will not come to this city, or shoot an arrow there. And he will not come before it with a shield, or throw up a siege ramp against it. By the way that he came, by the same way he will return. And he will not come to this city, declares, I am praised. Because I will defend this city and to save it for my own sake and for my servant David's sake. Next verse. Then the angel of I am praised went out and struck one angel. There was a Brazilian that was talking about this. One angel. Then the angel of I am praised went out and struck 185,000 in the camp of the Assyrians. And when they rose early in the morning, see, all of these were corpses. So Sennacherib, king of Assyria, departed, or left, and went and returned, and lived at Nineveh. It came about as he was worshiping in the god of Nisroch, his god. Now remember, God said he would fall by the sword in his own land. And it came about as he was worshiping in the house of Nisroch, his god, that Adramelech and Sharezer, his sons, killed him with the sword, and they escaped to the land of Ararat. And Esarhaddon, his son, became king in his place. I don't think people believe that. I'm informed enough to know people don't believe that. I'm informed enough to know people think I'm stupid for believing that. I'm informed enough to know they don't want God's miracles on television. I'm informed enough to know they don't want God's miracles on movies or on the internet, not on YouTube. When people come against me, they're coming against my Father. Okay, God bless.